Okay, so hopefully you've watched the previous video. You understand that a fractional exponent simply means we're going to be taking a root of whatever the number is. The denominator in the fraction does tell us which root. So 400 to the 1/2 power is simply the square root of 400. 400 to the 1/3 power is simply the cube root of 400. And then 400 to the 4th power is simply the 4th root of 400. Now, these would be really easy if you could just simply use a calculator, but of course we're not going to be using calculators for this. So you should already have an idea of how to simplify these. We've learned them last year. I'm going to give you a quick run through of each of these problems just to show you how they're a little bit different. So when you're taking a square root of a number, or the cube root or the 4th root, you're going to start the same way. You're going to take the number and you're going to divide it by the smallest prime number, so 2. Then you're going to divide that by the smallest prime number, which again is 2. You're just going to keep dividing by 2 until you can no longer divide by 2. And then if that next number is not a prime number, you need to divide by the smallest prime number, which is 5. Okay? So process starts the same for each of these problems, but this is where it's going to get a little bit different. In this case, since we're taking a square root, we're looking for which number times itself twice. So here's a number times itself, here's a number times itself, here's a number times itself. What do we do with all those numbers? We multiply them together, right? So the square root of 400 is 2 times 2 times 5, which is 20, which you probably already knew that, maybe. Okay, so square root of 400 to the 1/2 power is the square root of 400, which is 20. When we get to the cube root, instead of looking for groups of 2, we're now looking for groups of 3. Well, we only have one group of 3. So we're going to take out the 2. And then what do I do with these leftover numbers that don't have a group of 3? Well, we multiply them back together and we put them back underneath the root sign. So 5 times 5 times 2 is 50. And be careful when you do this. This is a cube root, not a square root, so you can't leave it like that. You do have to put the little 3 in the corner to remind us what it is. Okay. For the 4th root, I'm going to kind of do the same process, but instead of looking for groups of 2 or looking for groups of 3, guess what? We're going to look for groups of 4. So there's a group of 4. We take out the 2. Whatever's left gets multiplied back together and goes back underneath the radical sign. This time it's a 4th root. Okay. There's a couple other things that go along with this, but we'll let you practice this for Monday and get you into some more challenging problems Monday night and Tuesday.